Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spurs Up Show, best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. Today is Friday, February the 26th, 2021. Today's show, I break down tomorrow's game. Can South Carolina snap its six-game losing streak when Gamecocks basketball heads to Athens, Georgia? I'll break down the game in its entirety. We'll talk about the Dogs' top storylines, Georgia players to watch for. I'll give my prediction, much more from there as well. Also, talking a little bit of Carolina Clemson as the best rivalry in college baseball gets going today at Doug Kingsmore Stadium, guys. All that and more, a lot to get into here on a Friday, and it's all brought to you by our friends over at Upstate Movers Group. Guys, Upstate Movers Group, superior moving service. They bring care and attention other companies can't offer because they're just too busy maintaining trucks and profiting off of them instead of focusing on service. Guys, service is what separates Upstate Movers Group from the competition. They're not a trucking company, by the way. They are a moving services company, and they're also employee-owned co-op. Their movers are paid twice the industry average, and everyone on the crew is invested in your success. They have dedicated professional crew members, and they also offer black glove service. They offer end-to-end packing services, custom crating and packaging for special items, and cleaning services as well. They're founded by Greenville natives and University of South Carolina alumni, guys, so a Gamecock-owned small business. They also offer 20 years of project management moving experience, and they can offer logistics and solutions that traditional moving companies simply do not have the skills for. Guys, whether you're in the upstate or across the state of South Carolina, if you have any moving needs in 2021, be sure to check out our friends over at Upstate Movers Group. You can find them on social media at Upstate Movers Group. And of course, if you have any other questions, go to their website, upstatemoversgroup.com. That's upstatemoversgroup.com. Be sure to check them out and tell them Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Let's get it.
What you doing?
Designing my new 2021 Nissan Kicks online in the Kicks Color Studio. I give each a special name. This one's electric blue, orange, red, white. I call it the gumball machine. You think it's me?
I feel like you're more of a red velvet guy.
Limitless possibilities. With over 100 million available color combinations and Bose Personal Plus system in the boldly new 2021 Nissan Kicks. Bose is a registered trademark of the Bose Corporation. Color combinations include interior and exterior colors. Customization is an available feature subject to availability at participating Nissan dealers. See dealer for details.
You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I went back and forth in regards to just how in-depth did I want to cover tomorrow's basketball game. Again, I know a lot of you tuners are saying, Chris, we're just checked out. We don't even want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. Let's talk Carolina Clemson baseball, which, again, happy game day to you all. The best rivalry in college baseball, getting the series going hopefully today, if the weather holds off, hopefully today at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. Game one scheduled today at 4 o'clock in Clemson, Saturday, tomorrow in Greenville at 4 also, and then Sunday at Founders Park in Columbia at 1:30. But again, I refuse to ignore basketball. And as much as we want the season to be over, as much as we are ready for it to be over, you know what? We still got to talk about it. You know what? Anytime the Gamecocks are taking on those dirty dogs in Athens, we have got to talk about it, especially when you think that South Carolina actually beat them the last time they played them. But guys, again, hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. Hope you're doing well. Great weather in the city, at least right now as I'm recording this. Now, I know the rain's coming in. The cooler weather should be a pretty nice weekend, though, outside of today in a lot of parts of the state. But overall, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Friday, TGIF. Hope you're all doing well today. And again, happy game day to you all. As like I said, the best rivalry in all of college baseball gets going today. Quick reminder before we move to the basketball stuff. Live pregame and postgame shows are happening for all three of the South Carolina Clemson baseball games. So here's the tentative schedule right now. Today, 3 o'clock. So we'll have the normal Daily Crow, by the way, noon to 1. We will go live again at 3 o'clock, 3 to 3:30. First pitch scheduled at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow for the game in Greenville, we will go live at 3 o'clock, 3 to 3:30 yet again for our first pitch at 4. We might go live, by the way, I didn't think about this. We might go live tomorrow for the basketball game as well. It only makes sense, right? 12 to 12:30. I don't know. You guys stay tuned for that, but definitely for baseball, we're going to be doing that. And then Sunday, 12 to 12:30, also for a 1:30 first pitch. That one I moved a little bit back because I actually have tickets to the Sunday game. Still looking at tickets for Saturday, but I have tickets to the Sunday game, so I want to make sure I'm in the stadium and get in there pretty early. But again, going to be a really, really fun weekend, a jam-packed weekend, tons of content bleeding out of the eyeballs. You guys already know what it is. With that being said, let's move into the basketball stuff. Because like I said, anytime South Carolina is taking on the Georgia Bulldogs in any sport, the intensity is ratcheted up just a little bit. Same as with Carolina Clemson. Carolina, Georgia has that same feel. And again, the Gamecocks will look to snap. Can they do it? Their 6-game losing streak in Athens tomorrow at Stegeman Coliseum, a 1 o'clock tip-off on SEC Network. The Dogs right now are 14-9 overall, 7-9 in the conference. Their head coach is Tom Crean. We take a look at Georgia. Statistically, averaging 78 points per game as a team. They give up 77.1 points per game, shooting 46% from the floor, 31% from three. They're holding their opponents to 45% from the floor and 33% from three-point range. So Georgia, I look at them, not necessarily world beaters. And you look at the schedule, and obviously the Gamecocks, you guys are thinking, yeah, South Carolina already played these guys and beat them handily. And this feels like this was before the season was a total wash. South Carolina actually beat the Dogs 83-59. Like it's hard to, and that was on January the 27th, by the way. It's hard to fathom that at any point this season, this Gamecocks basketball team was 24 points better than someone. Like, it's hard to believe, I know, but the Gamecocks did do that. So, again, let's move into top storylines, things I'll be looking out for in this game. And the first thing is this. We found this out later on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night after the game. The status of Trey Hannibal. What is going on with Trey Hannibal? Frank Martin saying after the game that he gave him a day off because it's been a long season and they would reassess his status when they got home. That does not sound promising. That does not sound encouraging for a guy that I know all of us were really, really high on when he came to Columbia and when he came to South Carolina, and somebody that, I still feel like we're still pretty high on, thinking he'd be a really good player here, but did not make the trip. And Frank Martin saying he needed a day off. I don't want to draw any conclusions. I have no clue what that means. I don't know really what to think of that. And then Trey Hannibal going on his Instagram story. I don't know if you guys saw this. In case you missed it, Trey Hannibal posting on his Instagram story about 25 or 30 hours ago or so, control what you can control, with the 100 emoji, the prayer emoji, and the time emoji. So let the guessing games begin when it comes to the status of Trey Hannibal with Gamecock basketball. Is he still going to be a part of the team? Is he going to play in this game? Is he going to play any more games this season? What is the status of Trey Hannibal? I think that's something, win, lose, or draw, we all want to know at this point. My next biggest storyline is this. And again, there's not many, guys, because I think this thing is pretty clear, cut, and dry, pretty simple. There's no gray area here. Simply put, is this the game you finally break through and win? You only have 2 left. Are you really going to end this season on an 8-game losing streak? And I will say this. If you're going to win one of these last 2, because Tuesday you have Arkansas, if you're going to win one of these last 2, I think this is the one. Again, Georgia, not world beaters by any stretch. I know right now you're struggling against everybody. You can't beat anybody. I know fans are saying, Chris, there's no way we're going to beat Georgia. Have you seen us play? But how much can you take away from that 24-point win that happened? Guys, that was a month ago. I mean, that feels like that was a year ago. That was only a month ago that South Carolina beat Georgia by 24 points. I mean, beat them handily at the CLA. Can you take anything from that game? Can you take anything from that game, apply it in this one, and find a way to, like, if nothing else, at least feel like you went down swinging? If nothing else, find a way, scratch out just one more win to at least show fans and show people, hey, we're not totally dead. We're not totally dead yet. And that kind of bleeds, guys, into my last storyline for this game. Because like I said, we could spend this, we could spend the next 20 minutes or so fluffing it up and talking about, this, that, and this matchup and that matchup. Guys, the number one storyline for this game is this: the fight, the heart. Is there even 1% of that left on this team? And I talked about that in the Wednesday game against Mississippi State, and I'll keep mentioning it. And it's a damn shame if this group of guys has quit on not just their university, not just their head coach, not just the fan base, but if they've quit on themselves. That's the biggest shame of it all. Is there any fight left? Is there any heart left? Because, again, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever. But in a game like this, which, again, I'm recording this before the official line has dropped. I'm assuming you're going to be an underdog just because of the way you've been playing. But this is going to be damn near a pick 'em, I think. Again, this is a team you beat by 24. You had your way with just a month ago. Like, this is not a team that should run you out of the gym necessarily. It's not. This is not a team that should run you out of the gym. This is a team you should be able to hang with. So if you go out there and lose by double digits, if you go lose by 10 or more, to me, that just shows you were never in it. You were never locked in. And there is no fight, and there is no heart. There is no pride left amongst this group. So again, do we see that? I mean, my God, do we see a team that just takes it personally a little bit? I mean, again, this is Georgia. We hate Georgia. In no way, if there's any game you're going to get up for in these last 8 games, this has got to be it, right? I mean, we hate Georgia. Doesn't matter the sport. Do we see any fight left? Do we see any fight from this group of guys? All right, let's move into Georgia players to watch for, guys. First one, KD Johnson, the freshman, 13.8 points per game. He is shooting 39% from three, lethal from the outside. You got to move to Severe Wheeler as well, 14.1 points per game, and leads their team in that category. And then Tumani Kamara, 7.6 rebounds per game, leads their team there. Big physical dude down low for the Dogs. Let's move into our keys to the game, guys, because believe it or not, I do think this is a game South Carolina can win. I mean, I think they can. Am I going to pick them to win it? You're going to find out in just a second, but I think they can. And my first key to the game is this. Again, right now, there are no positive vibes. This program is dead. There's nothing to feel good about. How do you make yourself feel good? If you're this team, you're this program, these coaches, remember January. That's my first key. Remember January. Guys, this is a team you beat by 24 points. They're the same group of dudes, and you're the same group of dudes. Remember January. Remember the positives of that game. Remember the good vibes of when that happened and you beat the brakes off them at the CLA. Remember January. Take as much as you can from that game. Let it fuel your confidence. Let it fuel your energy. Let it fuel your heart and desire in your fight. And take it to Georgia yet again. You've already done it once. You can do it again. My second key to the game is this, and Frank Martin talks about this a lot, and South Carolina's done a pitiful job of it this year, but you've got to defend the point. A guy like Severe Wheeler, a guy like KD Johnson, and Georgia has a host of others that can hurt you on the outside. Defend the point. My final key to the game, guys, is this. Show heart. Just flat out. Just show heart. Hey, fight. Actually fight. Fight for a full 40 minutes. Show heart for a full 40 minutes. Play like you give a damn. I could say it as simple as that. Play like you give a damn. Show heart. Leave it all on the floor. See what happens. So, again, my 3 keys. Remember January. Defend the point. Show heart, which leads us into my prediction. Gamecocks taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. 1 o'clock tip at SEC Network, or on SEC Network, excuse me. Can South Carolina find a way to snap their 6-game losing streak? And again, the program's dead. It's flatlined. I totally agree. Fans don't care anymore. And the Carolina-Clemson baseball series is the focus of this weekend. Basketball is such an afterthought right now. It's not even funny. But like I said, it's an important game. Anytime you're playing Georgia in any sport, guys, I loathe the University of Georgia. I don't know about you all, but I hate Georgia with a fiery, burning passion. I hate Georgia. And again, this is a team you beat by 24 points. Like I said, I can't believe that was only a month ago. That feels like that don't even feel like it was the same season. But you beat them by 24 points. You had a really successful night against them. Can you duplicate that? I think you can. I actually think you can. I think South Carolina can beat the Georgia Bulldogs. But with that being said, am I picking this team right now the way they're playing to do so? Absolutely not. Again, until I see otherwise, and I hate to be the guy that questions this part of the program and of these players' games, but like I said before, All we can do is go off of what we're seeing on the floor, what we're seeing results-wise, what we're seeing effort-wise. And I think this is a team that, if nothing else, mentally has totally packed it in. The confidence is gone, doesn't exist. The heart, the fight, nowhere to be found. And again, you hear Frank Martin. I heard him say this over and over again after the loss to Mississippi State. We got a lot of voices, but not a lot of action. And I don't really know how to take that necessarily because, basically what he's saying is we got a lot of guys saying things, but they're not coming through. They're not making shots. I mean, it blows my mind that these guys could be Division I basketball players at the SEC level, but they just can't make shots? That's a confidence issue, Frank. That's a confidence issue. That's a mental thing. And so mentally, I don't think the Gamecocks are there. Until I see differently, I think this team is done. I think this team is just like the fan base and is counting down the seconds until this season is over. So unfortunately, I've got Georgia getting the win. Bulldogs 76, Gamecocks 66. Again, I do think this is a game South Carolina could win, no doubt. I think they could. You've already beat them by 24. Why not? But am I going to put myself out there and put myself out on a limb and pick that to happen? No, not even a chance. Not even a chance. So again, I got Dogs 76, Gamecock 66. Hopefully the guys can prove us wrong. Hopefully they can go out there and play with some heart, play with some fight, play with some desire, play for one another, play for themselves. And who knows? Maybe pull out a win and just maybe for a split second, give South Carolina fans something good to feel about yet again. So, again, guys, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, happy game day to you all. Carolina-Clemson, the best rivalry in all of college baseball, getting going today in Clemson, tomorrow in Greenville, and then Sunday at Founders Park. Like I said, guys, Daily Crow today, noon to 1, pregame and postgame shows for all three of the baseball games. Heck, we might even go live before this basketball game tomorrow at noon. But again, guys, it's been a very, very successful week. Thank you, as always, for the love and support in regards to the content, sharing the content, showing love to the content. It means the world. And guys, again, I am fired up for this week and everything to come. Be sure to stay tuned to the Spurs Up Show for all of your coverage of basketball, baseball, football, everything. You guys already know the drill. Again, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the weekend. Go Cox, beat the Dogs, beat Clemson, and we'll talk to you on Monday, guys. Thanks so much.